Happy New Year! 2022 has been an amazing year. We've had some laughs, some cries, some really long speeches, but now it's time for 2023, and a new year means new games. So hop on the hype train with me and let's talk about all the best new games coming out the first half of 2023. Hello world and all who inhabit it, it is I, the Great Saiyaran, and 2023 is looking to be an amazing year for games already. I'm really excited about all the new games releasing, but at the same time really nervous for my wallet. We have a lot of games already dated for the first half of this year, even though some might get delayed. HOGWARTS Legacy Switch port, I still don't know how they're gonna put that game on the Switch. Most of these games were delayed out of 2022 and some even out of 2021, so these games should come out when they say they're gonna come out. And I'm doing a New Year's giveaway, so stay tuned to the end of the video where I explain what you can win. I'm hyped, you're hyped, so be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and let's get started. January is a pretty decent month, kicking off with a love letter to my fellow weebs. One Piece Odyssey, current gen updates for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, along with a really good DLC pack, and Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden are coming in hot January 13th and 19th respectively. Fire Emblem Engage releases one day later on the 20th, and it's also making some waves being the third or fourth Fire Emblem title we have on the Switch, so Fire Emblem fans, you're eating good. Dead Space Remake and Forspoken are more of the AAA title games coming out. I'm not interested in Dead Space Remake on the 27th, even though it looks cool, and Forspoken has a demo that I didn't really enjoy much. But people who played a later build of the game tell me it's way better of whatever they were letting us play. That comes out on the 24th. SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake rounds out the month as a $40 platformer that serves as the spiritual successor of Battle for Bikini Bottom. We love that title on the GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2, so it's sparing your wallet and serving you up some of that sweet nostalgia. February picks up with one of the major AAA titles that I personally have been interested in for a very long time, Hogwarts Legacy, releasing February 10th. This game looks really large. From actually decent character customization, real choices that affect how your story turns out, and the sheer size of the world, it looks like they went out their way to create a really immersive Harry Potter experience. My wife and I are actually going to watch all of Harry Potter for the first time because I never got into it as a kid, and I think it'd be a fun thing to do for this game. I know J.K. Rowling has said some things that I don't agree with, but I think this game will be a really fun experience, and I want to experience it. Next up is Wild Hearts releasing on the 17th, and Like a Dragon Ishin and Atomic Hearts both releasing on the 21st. I'm actually interested in all these games, and I'm glad Atomic Heart will be releasing on Game Pass because that saves me $60. It's definitely more of my style with its first-person shooter mechanics, but Wild Hearts and especially Like a Dragon Ishin catch my attention too. Soon after, there's a release of PSVR 2 and Horizon Call of the Mountain on the 22nd. It's a cool looking launch title, but not cool enough to spend $600 on PSVR 2 plus the game itself. Yeah, no. After that, we have a new Digimon game that I want to be good, but seems like there's a bunch of slice of life elements and I don't need that. I just want combat, action, and death. Also, there's auto battles. That's also on the 22nd. Finishing the month, we have two more games that I'm interested in but maybe won't get at launch. Octopath Traveler 2 releases on the 24th, which looks great, but the first one's about 60 hours and And then there's Kirby, who got a great game March of 2022 I really enjoyed, and even though this one isn't 3D like that one, I'm still willing to eventually give Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe a try sometime next year. Also releasing February 24th. March gives us somewhat of a break with having fewer releases, but these are some of the releases I'm most excited for. Wolong Fallen Dynasty kicks off the month releasing on March 3rd, and there was actually a demo of this game released in 2022. I got to play it and actually enjoyed it. I don't consider myself a big Souls fan. I really like more responsive and flashy action games, but Fallen Dynasty was fun, and it's a Game Pass game as well, so there's not much of a risk if I don't like it. Skull and Bone finally releases on the 9th after being delayed a million times, but I was never interested in that game. If you are, cool. Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon was announced at the Game Awards, and though me and my friends were hyped for it, I saw a lot of people not feeling this game, especially at a full fat $60. We just got Bayonetta 3, and it's okay if they want to do something different with the Bayonetta series. I'm gonna play it and review it, so you don't have to, so be sure to get subscribed. Also on the same freaking day is Star Wars Jedi Survivor, sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, one of my favorite games from the last generation of gaming, and probably one of the only Star Wars games I've actually finished since Force Unleashed on the DS. Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor are made by Respawn, one of my favorite development studios. The gameplay and storytelling really captured me in Fallen Order. I trust Respawn, and I'm going to go out of my way to replay Fallen Order again just so I can be ready for Jedi Survivor on March 17th. Two more games I want to check out in March are Have a Nice Death, a 2D indie platformer coming to Switch and PC on the 22nd. This game looks like a more polished version of Hollow Knight, which was already a very good game. And the other is Resident Evil 4 Remake, releasing 2 days later on March 24th. I have never played a Resident Evil game, but this remake looks so good, I kind of want to check it out. It might not be a day one purchase for me, but I'll be keeping my eye on it all year. April only has one thing I care about, but it's actually like a major thing. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection finally releases April 14th. I have been asking for this for years, quietly of course, because Capcom apparently forgot that Mega Man existed. This is all of the Mega Man Battle Network games all on one cartridge with added online features like battling and trading. There's actually a super close-knit community who've modded this game and do online battles and tournaments, so it's really cool to see Capcom recognize them and add that functionality to this game. These games were my absolute favorite on my Game Boy Advance SP and are usually the first things I grab when I legally acquire ROMs for emulation. There's DLC for Horizon Forbidden West, but after forcing myself to play Zero Dawn and not really enjoyed it, I decided this franchise just isn't for me. And Dead Island 2 is a zombie horror survival game, and I've never really cared about those. May though. May's good. We're getting into territory where it's a bit too far out to truly know what's going to release when, but what we do know is that Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is releasing May 12th, and it's probably the most hyped game for the majority of people. There was even a little leak of a special edition Nintendo Switch OLED for this game that looked pretty legit and killed any notion of a more powerful Switch console system being revealed at the release of this game. But never say never. Breath of the Wild is the standard of open world gaming and immersion, just not on Switch, but across all gaming. It's almost nerve-wracking to wonder what Tears of the Kingdom will do to actually be better and top Breath of the Wild. Also in May, we have Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, a game that I was interested in from the jump, but recently when they had the chance to show us more gameplay, they didn't. So there's still a lot of questions around this title. The concept seems cool enough with being the Suicide Squad and your goal is to defeat the Justice League even though you're severely underpowered. We just don't know much else besides that, and after Gotham Knights, different developer, I know. After Gotham Knights, I'm cautious of getting too hopeful of these Warner Brother games, but it does at least look cool. And that's pretty much May, unless something gets delayed there, but I really don't think anyone wants to compete with The Legend of Zelda. That game is going to sell a lot. The only 3 dated games in June all look sick: Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, and my personal favorite of the group, Final Fantasy 16. All these games look amazing, and I'm really sad I didn't get into ooh, something's in my eye. Hold on, pimpy. Got All these games look amazing, and I'm still sad I didn't get into the Street Fighter 6 beta. I really tried. Diablo isn't totally my jam, but it looks good enough to check out eventually, and Final Fantasy 16 looks like it's gonna pull me away from my family and job for a few days. It seems like Square Enix really wants this game to be a hit, approaching the combat in a completely different way. That may be hit or miss for day one fans, but for the general audience, I think it's gonna make this game very approachable and a success. The summons look really good, and this may be one of those games that showcase what the PS5 can actually do since there won't be a PS4 version. I recently decided that in 2023, I'd become a Final Fantasy fanboy, quietly revisiting older titles in the franchise I haven't experienced yet while championing the Final Fantasy 7 remakes and remasters. I'm even giving away a free copy of Crisis Core Reunion for the Nintendo Switch. If you want a chance to win, be sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And for more ways to enter, look at the first link in the description box below. Good luck. So there it is, the literal first half of the year, and also literally half of my paycheck every single month. We haven't even mentioned games that are supposed to release the first half of the year but haven't been dated yet, like Forza Motorsport, Redfall, and maybe Starfield. Plus, there's usually a Nintendo Direct at the top of the year, and we haven't heard from Xbox in a while. Seems like there's a lot already, and I don't know where they're gonna smush any more games in. Spider-Man 2 is releasing in the fall, and that's definitely taking over my life when it drops. It's a good time to be a gamer. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.